You okay over there? Want me to leave you alone for a few minutes?
Just a couple. It won't take long.
Doing some weird shit over there with the Renews It air freshener there, buddy.
Hey, man. You got to do what you got to do. And it's actually Glade.
Glade Renews It. It's all the same thing.
No, Glade smell better.
Whatever. It's all
fucking... It's $1, man.
It's all fake, smelly shit. Of course, it smells a lot better than the fucking things that come out of your ass lately.
What the fuck? Are you sniffing my butt?
I'm not sniffing your butt. You're shitting yourself over there, and I can smell it over here.
You're crazy.
Anyway, what's up, everybody? It's the Monkey Business podcast there.
Where we share too much information.
Exactly. Well, you know. On the show today, actually, how are you doing today?
Why do you care?
That's a good point. Why do I care? Happy birthday goes out to Andre Bonter.
Who?
Andre.
Is he European now?
Andre Bonter.
He's from the foreign country of
exactly.
California.
He's from the old country of Pump5 and formerly of the Poor Boys.
Yeah.
And he's like, what, 72 now?
I don't know.
No, I love you, Andre.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Andre.
Yeah, you make him sound like, I don't know, one of the fucking World Cup players or something.
Roll, go. Anyway, it's his birthday today, and if you're on Facebook, go hunt him down and wish him and his beard a happy birthday.
Yeah, I was just trying to put a post on the Facebook page, but you interrupted me by starting the show.
Oh, sorry. Should I stop it and maybe we'll do it?
Yeah, let me finish my damn post.
We'll do it when it's more convenient for you.
Sorry, we'll go to a commercial break.
Oh boy, on the show today What was that?
I was going to say one of our many advertisers will be on. So
Shut your mouth. On the show today we've got some news about little Motley Crue, little Michael Monroe. We got some Jason Bieler, Skid Row. Oh, Jason Bieler, yeah, he's going to actually be on the show today, isn't he? The Baron von Bielski, the Goat Lord himself, will be on the on this little program later on. And be sure you listen in for that. But right now, we got Spread Eagle. They released a new tune, our buddies Spread Eagle.
Yeah.
How weird is that, our buddies Spread Eagle?
It's cool.
Never thought I'd be like, hey, they're our pals.
They are.
Hey, Ray, call Tommy. This is called Grand Slam. That's our new one. And
what's it called?
Grand Slam. I said Grand Slam. I did.
This is not breakfast at Denny's, man.
I did say Grand Slam. I'm hungry. Leave me alone. This is Grand Scam by Spread Eagle.
We've been sleeping where the eagles lies on the
think Denny's should pick up that song.
I do as well. Grand Slam
You just can't
with a side of ham. All right.
Okay.
I like it.
All right.
Let's we need to have Denny's look into the spread eagle market. I think it'll be pretty good.
Yeah, you should always spread eagle at Denny's.
Anyway,
It usually happens after 2 a.m. though.
Shut up. Sadly though, I've been to that Denny's. Wait, it's pretty much
That's all of them.
It's any Denny's, all right? Yeah. So Motley Crue is finally coming out with an audio version of The Dirt.
Yes.
After how long? 20 years? Jesus Christ. The only way I would purchase it, because let's be honest, I'm not going to read a book because I'm horrible, because I'll read probably a couple chapters and I'll put it down and I'll forget about it for a couple months and I'll be like, where was I?
When you're reading in silence, do you still stumble over the words like you do when you're reading something off the screen?
Do you want me to throw my smelly shoe at you right now? Because I'll do that. No.
I have a Glade air freshener.
You son of a bitch. No, dummy. No, I just read the stuff. Come on. But the thing of it is my eyesight or something, it screws me. So I can't read it and it starts to hurt my eyes and then I fall asleep.
Okay.
Because
maybe you do need the audiobook.
So the audiobook I think would be pretty awesome. Problem is, none of the guys, I could hear this book being narrated by Nikki Sixx.
Yeah.
But he's not.
I thought that too. If it were.
It's just a couple of other people.
Yeah.
It's like people you've never heard of.
Even if it was somebody, it didn't have to be one of the band members, but somebody who was like in that
somewhat associated. I mean, even if it was believe me, I don't want to hear however long this book is, like 4 hours of Ricky Rackman reading it to me, but somebody like him, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody that was in somebody that was like in the thing.
What if it was Ozzy?
Oh, gee.
And this is the part where I snorted the ants.
So it'd be 10 hours instead of the 4 hour book as it normally is. But yeah, I think that would be kind of crazy. But I think that's the only way that they would really sell a lot of those is if they would have somebody from the band reading
I don't know.
it.
Nikki put out an Instagram video of him at his house listening to it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm sure he got a free copy, but.
Well, I would hope so. Did you hear about them trying to sue that TV show Reels?
Yeah, I did read something about that.
Have you seen this show at all?
No.
They have a bunch of them. They have Breaking the Band with the Eagles, Van Halen, Guns N' Roses, obviously Motley Crue. Sonny and Cher was in there as well. I watched the one with the Eagles. I watched the one with Van Halen. And you know what it is? It's just people that are like critiquing the situation by the history that was out, in the media. So it's like they have a psychologist there, they have a tour manager there.
Oh, Jesus
they have,
Christ.
And that's who they're interviewing.
But where do you watch this?
It's on a TV channel called Reels.
Yeah, where do you see that?
I've got it on DirecTV. I don't know.
Oh, I never even heard of it before.
Yeah, well, I never even heard of this show before.
For Reels.
Before this thing. For Reels, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
But it's not a horrible show. But the best thing about these shows
is they end
are the people that they cast to play the band.
Oh, they actually.
Oh yeah, they have like reenactments. Yeah, they have reenactments
Jesus.
and all that. And like for Eddie, like old school Eddie. Oh my God, I wish I'd have taken a picture of it before I deleted it. Horrible. I mean, it's like picture me playing Eddie in a reenactment. That's how horrible they are at casting these things.
I'd turn that shit off.
But I mean,
we just need a human being.
Exactly. Just get a guy that's got long hair, and there you go. And that's pretty much all it is. But sometimes they'll have, like for the Van Halen one, they had Michael Anthony there. They had Sammy Hagar there as well, interviewing them as well. But nobody from the core band. But they're interesting shows. But
oh wait, Michael Anthony was the core band.
Okay.
Isn't that what you said? Nobody from the core band?
All right, let me rephrase that. Nobody that was that's currently in the band.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different.
All right, yeah. All right, so I misspoke there.
Right.
It's not gonna be the last time. But anyway,
it's bad when you misspeak. You misspoke.
Misspeak my misspoke. Yeah. Shut your damn mouth, man.
I'm just saying, man. But you're gonna have all the keyboard pirates on here going, "What the fuck? I don't know."
Yeah,
what
both of
you're
them.
talking
What do I
about."
care?
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're complaining and they're going to sue them because they're getting the story all wrong and they're doing it without their permission. But they're not using their music in the thing. They're just saying, the band's name, so you can't really be anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't even
it's
waste
just kind of
time
dumb
to watch that.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's an interesting thing because there's some things in there just that you're just like, that's totally wrong. And
Well,
it's kind of funny to make fun of it.
There's
guess,
like
is what
a
you're
billion
saying,
videos on YouTube where like all these different people have watched The Dirt and they're like critiquing it.
Right.
And go, oh, here's the top 10 things that really did or didn't happen. The Dirt is not supposed to be a step-by-step historical thing.
Right. It's
loosely based.
It's not a documentary.
Stories, right?
It's a movie. It's not a documentary. One person that's not interested in seeing it whatsoever, Michael Monroe from Hanoi Rocks.
Yeah, but
which I can understand
I
that.
read that article.
Yeah, I can understand him not wanting to see it at all, but
he just said that he was never really into Motley. It didn't have anything to do with
if they were
the
hanging
drummer
out.
dying.
If they were hanging out and somebody from his band was in the movie, basically,
well,
I mean, I could see him trying to see it, see if it was any true, see if there's any truthful.
He can sit with Courtney Love and not watch it, but
right.
he better be careful because she may kill him too.
Well, she'll either be dead, jail, or be enjoying rock and roll.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't know that much about Monroe whatsoever back in the day.
Marilyn?
Yeah, yes, Marilyn Monroe.
Oh.
No, I just remember seeing that big ass picture of his face.
Yeah, the album cover.
Yeah, the album cover. And
Yeah.
that's all I really remember about that album from back when it came out.
It was pretty
I
popular.
mean, I didn't. I guess I wasn't into the glammy stuff like that yet. I don't know.
I thought you were going to say you weren't really into men that much yet.
Wow, no, that took a horrible turn as well. I don't know where you came up with that for.
Yeah, you know.
You know how people, how the rock stars, how they'll have like their custom version of something, and they'll tweak it a little bit, and they'll sign it and auction it off for charity or something.
Talking about like an instrument or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like a guitar or something along those lines, drum head or something. Mickey D from Motorhead.
Yes.
Did you see what he's doing?
No.
He got this idea to create something with this company, and it's based on the stories of from the road, and they went ahead and they made something. They're going to auction it off a little bit later, and the company is Briggs and Stratton.
Like the lawnmowers?
Yeah. So there's a Motorhead lawnmower out there now.
Really?
That Mickey D created with these guys, and it's a riding lawnmower, and the front of it has got like the classic Motorhead, snarl with the horns and all that kind of stuff. It's got a chain wheel. He calls it the Orgasmatron. It's just weird that the weird things that people come up with to auction off anymore. It's like he wants to be different. I get that, but
I can't help but try and visualize this thing, and now I have to ask: will they be making a Scorpions version with a giant scorpion tail coming up from the ass end of the lawnmower?
That would be pretty awesome, because he does play for the Scorpions as well. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
and have that as your
that holds
shade,
the bag,
or that
or it holds the
That'd be awesome.
All right, Briggs and Stratton, we better get a paycheck here.
Let's get on that. I like that. Yeah, but it's just kind of crazy the stuff that people come up with to make some extra cash.
I thought Marilyn Manson's dildo was like the top thing out there.
I bet you did.
Well, not from a personal use standpoint.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
So we're talking different things.
Golly.
Well, you never know. You never know. So, as we mentioned a couple weeks ago, our buddy Kurt from Steve Riley's LA Guns, they announced a July 12th Vegas show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they announced another one now. They are now playing July 26th in Ohio with Rat. July 27th, that's the other one with Dokken and D. Snyder. So we already mentioned that one too. Mm-hmm. So it's good, man. They're getting out there. They're doing more shows.
Good.
And I love it, because now we know somebody in LA Guns.
Yeah.
On the other hand of the LA Guns, Tracy Guns, did you see this? He says, we're probably doing as well financially as we were back in the early years of our success. I don't believe that whatsoever. I mean, how? How is that possible?
Here's the thing. You don't know how much they actually made, because you don't know how much the record companies and management and
video
agents and this and that, you don't know who was in their pockets.
Yeah, I guess that is true.
Nowadays, you pretty much do everything yourself.
So all that money's coming directly to you and maybe 4 or 5 other people.
The majority of the money that you make is from merch and from playing the shows.
Right.
These guys are booking their own travel now. They don't, maybe they have a manager, like a road manager or whatever.
Yeah, it could be that maybe Tracy is the manager at this point.
It's pretty rare these days. So, I mean, they're probably getting most of it. Yeah, so if there's any bands out there that want a booking manager, just give us a call, because we'll handle it for you.
We're going to handle it? Okay.
I mean, we
tried already. Yeah. Don't you remember that? When we did I did some research.
Oh, well, that's a lot of work, but
it seems like it is a lot of work. But I don't know. Have you seen the new the new version of LA Guns? I mean, not the new version, but Tracy and Phil back together. Have you seen them?
Have I seen them?
Yeah. Like since they've gotten back together.
I'm trying to think, and my answer would be no.
No.
I saw them with Phil, and with Steve and with Michael Grant and whoever else was there.
Did you go to the show that was in at a place called Venom?
Yes.
Is that that wasn't?
Yes.
Okay, so it was Phil back in the band.
It was Phil,
not Tracy.
Not Tracy.
Okay.
Yeah, and Michael Grant.
I can't believe I missed that show.
Yeah, like right in your backyard.
Yeah, it was too. But okay, so how does Phil sound these days? Anyway, I'm just curious because I haven't seen him in.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Phil still sounds pretty good. I'm not gonna diss the guy or anything, but
yeah, it's
he
fine.
Still sounds pretty
like
good.
We don't do that here. Come on.
Well, yeah, no, honestly, still Phil still sounds pretty good. He still sounds better than a lot of the other people that are still singing that shouldn't be. Joe Lestay.
Ooh.
Oh, did I say that?
You just said you're not going to bash anybody.
I'm not, and I don't.
Was it a sneeze that you just did? Like,
yeah.
Joe Lestay.
I don't want to bash anybody, but being honest,
right?
Some people should just go, hey, you know what? Had a good run, not the same, older, maybe got some things going on. I mean, come on, Vince doesn't even sound that good.
Vince sounds horrible. Let's be honest. Let's call it truth where it's at.
Well,
Vince sounds horrible.
And that's the thing. There's some guys who can still do it, and there's some guys who should just stop.
And then again, there's some guys that sounded bad-ish at the start, and years fast forward, they still sound bad-ish, but we all accept them and we all love them. Case in point, Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, well. Yeah.
He sounded weird and odd, when he first started out, and let's be honest, he can't really sing.
Yeah, no.
He does great at what he does, but he's not a vocalist.
The worst part,
you know what I'm saying,
is it's 10 times easier to understand him when he's singing than it is when he's talking.
I want him to sing everything.
Yeah.
Because that way you'll be able to understand. I can't even say it.
Could you imagine him going through a drive-thru?
Big back.
If he sang as a water, it would come out perfect.
Perfect, that's true. Did you know he's in a movie now? He's coming up.
Yes, it was called The Dirt.
No, dummy. He's coming up in an animated Trolls sequel.
Oh Christ!
Yeah, he's going to be called King Thrash.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I can't picture how it's going to be.
Oh, if they don't make fun of him, I will be so upset. Like, they should have him talk his part, and then all the other trolls go, "What the fuck did that guy just say? Is he on drugs? The guy sounds like Ozzy Osbourne."
Well, Ozzy's character is a bad guy in the film, and rock music is the bad. Is the bad music.
Oh, great. So this is a PMRC-based movie.
Yeah. I mean, other voices in that movie. It's going to be Mary J. Blige, which is R&B. Right. George Clinton's in it. Who else? Kelly Clarkson. So
George Clinton?
George Clinton.
Oh, he might be as hard to understand as Ozzy.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
That's all right.
But so if you're into Ozzy in the cartoons, I guess go see Trolls. I don't know.
Make my funk the P-Funk. I wonder if the George Clinton troll will live in Chocolate City.
Ah. Wow.
What? That's one of their songs.
Wow.
Don't wow at me like that was a racist comment. Chocolate City is one of their songs.
All
Jesus.
Right. We're going to go to a song really quick.
I'm a Funkadelic fan, you motherfucker.
You're something, all right. Speaking of LA Guns, Kiss My Love Goodbye from the Hollywood Vampires album.
Give me that look on some of them tears. I don't believe them. I
That Hollywood Vampires album is really underrated, and nobody talks about it nearly enough. I think it's a great album.
You know what else it is?
What's that?
Out of print.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was still available out there
for
somewhere.
a while.
Well, you can still get it on Spotify. Bless you. Yeah, Spotify still has it, so. But it's a really good album. I love it. There's a lot of good stuff on there.
Where would you rank that in your favorite LA Guns songs?
Songs or albums?
No, songs. Like that particular song.
That song?
Would that be a top 10? Would it be?
Would probably be in the top 10, yeah. I mean, I couldn't tell you, number 6, man. Solid number 6. It's nothing like that. But
I need to know exactly
yeah. So,
or I wouldn't ask the question.
Yeah, right. No,
damn.
It's in the top 10, but I couldn't tell you where.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it would be in my top 10.
Really?
Yeah. It's okay. Filler to me.
Really?
Yeah.
It was a single.
Yeah.
They got a video for it and everything.
Yeah, there's been tons of singles put out that I don't like.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Like
not a fan.
Everything that I put online on the Hard as a Rock radio station. You don't like any of my stuff, but that's
bullshit.
Fine. That's fine.
Bullshit.
Hard as a Rock radio.
Let's talk about
rocks.
That. Let's talk.
Do you want to?
Yeah, just for a second.
All right, go ahead.
Well, first of all, the web address to your direct link would be www.hardasarockradio.rocks. So go there. At that point, all you have to do is press the little triangle play button and wait for 3 or 4 seconds for it to load in, and then you're going to be in the mecca of great music.
Mecca?
Yeah,
nice.
Why not?
Why not?
Using big words tonight.
I like it. Well, it's not even that big of a word. But and I'm actually working on a website for the station too.
But anyway, what I was going to say
good talk.
before you rudely interrupted me, you dickhead.
Oh, well, you stopped talking. So.
I was taking a breath, bitch. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we have...
This will be the last show, by the way.
We are up to like 840-ish likes, I want to say. Or
you're about right. It's
somewhere in that
it's cranking just out of nowhere.
Yeah, we've been up for 4 weeks now.
Yeah, it's been a little over a month. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're up to that many. We've had quite a number of listeners because we can track all that. We know where you're listening from, Ohio and
I see you, Illinois.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of Europeans. There's a lot of you Brits over there that are checking it out. Thank you.
Some from New Zealand too.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. I just want to thank everybody for the support, and hopefully everyone is enjoying it. It's because I don't ever stop listening to it. Like I told you via text the other night, I'll fall asleep listening to it, and because we're Moose and myself and Greg, we analyze what plays so we know what sounds good and what's playing too much and what's this and what's that. I find myself not sleeping at night because I start to doze off and then a song comes on and go, oh, I haven't heard this one play yet. Or, oh, shit, I'm hearing this again. All right, we got to do something about that. Or, it keeps me from sleeping, which is horseshit.
Yeah, well, it keeps me from sleeping because I listen to it in the car as I'm working, and I'm like, great, there's more work. I got to change this. I want to do this. And I come up with more ideas, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm never going to get this thing done.
For it being a month in, I'm digging. Like if I wasn't a part of this, I'd be listening to it and be like, hell yeah, these guys got it going on.
Yeah,
like Jesse's mom.
Okay.
Or Stacy's mom.
Sorry. Yeah, or Kevin's mom. Full on Kevin's mom.
Oh, okay.
Soundgarden? No.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But yeah, no, it's got a lot more bands to be added. A lot of the bigger hits we still have to put in. We wanted to get some of the obscure stuff in there.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that it was in there.
Right.
But we're gonna have your big Ozzy tunes, your big Motley Crue tunes, your big Def Leppard tunes, and then we're gonna have like the wow, I've heard this tune a long time from Def Leppard.
Right.
So we'll have all that stuff in there, but just takes time because between the three of us having jobs.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of work, but it is worth it. Especially when you see comments on Facebook of people going, yeah, hey, I haven't heard some of this stuff in a long time. I mean, who plays Child's Play anymore? Who plays Babylon AD anymore? Who plays, Jet Boy? Who plays, any of the other Spread Eagle still gets
out
played,
there, yeah.
But I mean,
Nevada Beach, Hurricane Alice,
Rock's Gang.
Rock's Gang, exactly. Roxy Blue's going to be added soon.
Right.
I mean, there's just a bunch of stuff. I mean, if it's obscure, if it's big, I can't believe that you didn't have more extreme on there though.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
I will.
Well, I'm about to put it on there,
Yeah.
but I just didn't. I was like, "Where's the rest of it? Where's Porno Graffiti in there?"
It'll be on there.
It's not on there yet.
All of it will be on there.
But yeah. So if there's anything that we end up forgetting, let us know. You can get a hold of us on the Facebook page.
Yep. Send a message. If you had a particular favorite song, by anybody, and you happen to not hear it may be on there and just hasn't rotated in.
Right.
Say you love a song from Vane that you haven't heard that may not be on the first album. It may be on the second, third, fourth, or fifth. Send us a message. Be like, hey, you guys, this is the song I want to hear from so-and-so.
Yeah, there was somebody that did that. I can't remember his name. I think it was Dave something. Something from Helix. And I'm like, all right, I'll go put it on there right now.
Yeah.
And I put it on there, and a couple hours later, it actually played. And he's like, dude, I just heard it. Thanks, man.
Yeah, as long as it's within reason. I mean, don't get on there and go, hey, I want to hear fucking Black Dog from Led Zeppelin, because that doesn't really fit into what we're doing. It's got to be...
Now, we do have a classics section on here, but they're not going to play nearly as often as you would think.
Right.
So,
Little
Toys in the Attic. There's an AC/DC tune that we have in there for the classics. There's a couple Alex Cooper, but we're going to definitely put a lot more in there.
I hate to put any kind of restraint on it, but I would say if it was a band between 83 and 93, those were probably the big decade for the hair stuff.
Squeeze that out to 92 at least.
Well, yeah, 92, 93, because in there, that's when the grunge started taking over. We all know that, blah, blah, blah. But we're still playing new music from those same bands that were out in that era.
Yep.
Every Mother's Nightmare, Tora Tora, all the bands that are still back together, or still together for that matter.
Or not together.
And that's it. That's enough talking about that now.
Well, it's somebody that you're not going to get new music from. Cinderella.
Yeah.
Read about that? Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Tom Kiefer says it's a situation that doesn't work anymore. So basically, he put the last nail in the coffin for Cinderella, and they're not going to ever have that reunion.
It's really sad, though.
But I wouldn't say never, because
I mean, the thing of it is okay. Jeff pretty much admitted that he felt like he was the cause because of his drinking. But if the guy knows he's got a drinking problem and he knows they're going to do shows, I'm sure there's enough people around that could be like, yo, man, do the show and then drink your face off.
Sure, it's easier for you to say that, though, because you're not an alcoholic.
How do you know?
Shut up. But, I'm sure it's a lot harder for him to handle himself that way. But, because he flat out said, he's like, that's right. I'm not sober, and I don't see it in the near future, but, who knows? But
I don't know.
It would be nice. It'd be nice to have some new Cinderella, because I'm just not a big fan of the Tom Kiefer band.
Yeah. They're okay. He's got that really hot blonde in the band, though.
Well, yeah, but, visuals versus audio.
Well, true.
But it's always good having the originals.
Again, even if Cinderella got back together, would Tom sound good?
Probably not. He can't do that anymore. But it's always good having the originals in the band, but that's not going to happen for Skid Row. Sebastian Bach, as we know, put the thing out there to be like, hey, come on up anytime you guys want to jam for the 30th anniversary. The stage is open anytime you guys want to come up. And Snake said, not going to happen.
Survey says.
So, yeah, that's not going to happen. Nobody in the band wants to come do it.
Yeah.
The only person that took him up on the offer and said that he will do it is Rob Affuso. Is that how you say his name?
I believe
Affuso?
so, yeah. Rob Affuso.
Original drummer who left and really hasn't been heard from.
Yeah, I don't know if anything that he did.
He still looks exactly the same, though. And he said that he was going to take him up on that offer in one of the shows. But I just don't see that it's going to be interesting whatsoever, because who cares? At that point, it's just still Sebastian Bach. But Skid Row, on the other hand, they're about done with their new album, the third chapter and final chapter of the United World Rebellion.
Yeah.
So, produced by Michael Wagner. So let's hope for good things.
Hey. That's it.
Just hey. Okay. Hey. Awesome.
That means I agree with you, and it's time to move on to something else.
Hey. All right. Well, Jason Bieler's coming up here in a few minutes, and there's no better way to start a Jason Bieler interview
than to play Super Transatlantic.
That would have been a better choice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Nah, let's play some Saigon Kick featuring Jason Bieler from the Water album.
Yeah.
This is
Water.
Water. All right, so we're going to welcome to the show right now a baron in his own right, a hand model, and from what I understand, an amateur surgeon as well.
I do whatever it takes, gentlemen. It's a modern business we live in, and one has to be flexible in order to thrive.
That's a great answer.
Yeah,
I love it. How you been, Jason? I haven't seen you since the cruise.
Yeah, I mean, everything's been awesome, and I've never been happier, which is a nauseatingly positive thing to say.
Isn't it though? Jeez.
Making myself sick.
Yeah, not enough people say that though.
Well, once again, I am breaking into new territory as a cutting-edge amateur surgeon.
All right.
So you have a ton of shows that you're out on the road with, that you're doing acoustic stuff and band stuff now. I mean, could you let me know about that? Because I know when I saw you here a couple of months ago, maybe it was last year, I don't know what it was, at the Attic. It was just you, and now I'm hearing band, I'm hearing a duo. What's going on with the whole tour these days?
Yeah, I mean, initially I'm friends with a bunch of different guys that I respect a lot, like Butch Walker and even Devin Townsend and guys like that. And I was like, I'm just going to try to strip a lot of the stuff I have down just to me and a guitar, and it's kind of a really interesting test to see what songs are really made of. And so the concept just started out like that, and I started doing a bunch of shows, and those went so well, and I just had such a blast doing them. And then at the same time, I've been friends with Jeff Scott Soto forever. Who, I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but he sang originally for Yngwie. He sings in Trans-Siberian Orchestra. He was in Journey for a while. He's in Sons of Apollo. Just, in my opinion, one of the best singers around. And so we decided to try to, maybe expand that idea and do a bunch of shows together, which we started doing, which turned into having some of our friends come out. Like, we just played in New York maybe a month ago, and had Bumblefoot come out and play with us, and another friend of mine named Andy Blacksugar, who's an amazing guitar player as well. So while that's been going on, I also wanted to kind of bring more of the guitar playing edge stuff back to what I was doing. So I started to put together a kind of a three-piece concept. So yeah, I mean, there's like tons and tons of stuff going on. So in all good ways.
So who's in this three-piece that you're bringing around?
Initially, I was going to work with Kevin Scott, who is this amazing bass player. He plays with guys like Jimmy Herring, who's in Widespread Panic, and Wayne Krantz, and all the Fork is this band he's in. It's a pretty amazing, like, kind of underground jazz scene stuff. But his tour got extended, so I wound up using a couple of guys from the Charlotte area for the first few shows here, and they're amazing in their own right. And we're just getting it kicked off. Actually, our first show with that kind of lineup will be, I think, in a week or so, July 5th.
I'm looking at your schedule. I'm happy that we got the band coming to Tampa in October. However, I'm upset that Jeff's not with you.
Well, he has this whole thing where Trans-Siberian Orchestra goes out every year and makes him like $2 million, and he just refused to not do that. And I was like, he's so selfish and self-centered.
It's all about the money, isn't it? That's a shame.
Some people, they're just no integrity whatsoever.
That's a shame.
But no, so it's really a schedule thing. We're trying to, we've been trying to do more and more of this, and we will do more of it. We're already looking into next year. I mean, it's been so much fun. I just got back from Chicago. I don't even know what day it is anymore. A couple of days ago, we played a Friday or Saturday in Chicago, and it was sold out. And, people are really enjoying it, and it's just been, I don't think you can get much more lucky than. Or happier than we've been in the last couple of months. So.
Why don't you actually start, like a full-fledged band with Jeff, or is that something you guys don't want to cross the line? You figure they can do the, just a little bit here and there.
When you don't make plans, things turn out way better.
Okay.
And I don't mean like you shouldn't have like a goal or do something. We're going to do as much music and as many things as we can together as naturally work. But I think sometimes, especially in this day and age, when you're like, let's do, everybody's doing so many things, and I have so much going on, and it's much easier to just go, hey, let's do like this, let's do that, let's do this, and seize it as it comes.
That makes sense. See, I didn't have a plan when we started out this conversation either, so I'm hoping it goes well towards the end.
Hey, I lived my whole life like that. So far,
well, we've been trying to get you on this show in one way or another for. Well, geez, I think since the reunion shows back in the...
It's been a while, yeah.
I mean, I think I talked to you back in Orlando during the reunion shows. So, I mean, that shows you how long ago that we've been... let's be honest, I've been dragging my feet a lot. But I am glad that you're finally made some time for us here.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
I'm not. I was going to say I'm not exactly that elusive that you couldn't get a hold of me in 4 years.
No, I know. I exchange emails with you here and there, and we talked a bit on the boat and stuff like that. But it's just never been like, okay, let's do it. Let's go do it. Come on, I'm gonna pound him until he says yes into submission. But
I mean, we even sang a little backup during his set on the cruise.
So if I'm hearing you guys right, it's all your fault.
Yeah, it could be.
It probably is. Most things are my fault.
We'll take the blame since you're having such a good time in your life right now. Anyway, how about that?
Exactly. Don't mess with my rainbow parade.
Speaking of gay pride, no. It seems as if there's some people in your past that's not having a great time right now, though. According to Facebook posts, anyway.
Are you trying to tell me that the internet has nonsensical, angry people on it?
No.
Is that the point of this conversation? Is that where we're going to go?
It's just a question. I'm a friend of a lot of people online, and I read some stuff.
I can't even begin to fathom what affects other people, or what makes them do what they do, or why they are, in their dark little rooms typing hateful things. My advice to anybody, both on a personal orbit level and people I don't even know, is do what you do, man. Go out there and shut up and do something. And if you're so great, things will work out. And otherwise, keep working until you get great. The rest is irrelevant. I mean, for me to sit there and talk about somebody or rag on somebody, I got enough to worry about making my life good and my music career go the way I want it to go, and do the things and accept the challenges, become better as a player. That's where my head's at. And if you get bogged down in that stuff, it's just like, whatever.
Yeah. No, and that's, I just want to make it clear, that's not why, we finally got you on the show here now, is because of these things.
Shit. I know what you're doing.
That hurts. If I was starting shit, I'd have Phil on the other line. Hey, Phil, no.
I got nothing against any of those guys. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, the bottom line is, I think it was kind of cool that we were able to not kill each other during the reunion.
Yeah.
Dates. Kind of went through that, and I just, it's unfortunate, but I think everyone's got their own agenda and their own demons, and
yeah,
I am, like I said, it's not such. I wish it was like this really unique, never before heard of story. Band, from way back, has members in it that hate each other. It's just so typical that it almost disappoints my intellect, because I feel like I should be doing something a little bit more inventive.
I give you that. I'll give you that. I mean, and nobody's really going to know the truth of what really went on with you guys except for you guys. And,
No, what I say is true.
Well, I mean, there's going to be 4 different versions of it.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Well,
maybe
5
or 6.
But mine is the right one.
Yours is the right one. Okay.
So, I mean, I agree with what you said. I mean, you can only worry about you and make yourself better and do what you got to do. And after seeing you on the cruise and a couple of times in the past, I mean, buddy, you're still on your game. You're still playing at a high level. Your vocals have not faded one bit. And, I'm not so sure everybody can say that, but I'm saying it for you, so you don't have to.
I that's awesome, and that's where my head's at, man. I mean, I got guys that I'm in awe of as musicians, and every time, regardless of the fact that we are slightly getting older, as I like to say, the great thing about music is I can keep excelling. That's where my hockey playing is not exactly getting better and better every year, but music, I feel like I'm learning something new all the time. I'm discovering new music all the time. I'm around guys of all different ages and genres that are inspiring the shit out of me, to the point where I'm just like, I feel like I never felt closer or more into music than I do now. And that is such a positive, cool thing that it's causing this, where I just can't stop. I mean, I'm constantly writing, constantly playing, constantly doing cool stuff. And as that kind of keeps rolling, it becomes this self-fulfilling thing where all of a sudden, oh my God, there's a bunch more gigs and there's a bunch more cool stuff happening, and then meeting new people and getting in contact, jamming with Bumblefoot, all these kind of cool things where it's I'm not changing anything. Everything's going so cool and so positively that I'm not one of those spiritual guys, but it's the karma wheel is rolling, and I do not intend on getting off this train anytime soon.
Yeah, we're obviously very happy for you, because both Ken and myself, we've been following you for years. Since the first single from back in the day when '98 played it here in Tampa. So,
Right.
we've been on the journey with you, just not making as much money as you are.
Well, you know what Puffy says.
Yeah, right. This is a good point. Now, what do you have, like 90 songs for on your Bandcamp these days with the Outstretching account?
160.
160. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What do you do?
All
Like
within the last 4 years. 3 years. Actually.
what do you do? Like write four songs a day?
It's one of the kind of concept of that was just really to I wanted to strip away because I've always spent a lot of time producing and working with some amazing bands like Nonpoint, Skindred, Six, and all those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And spending so much time in the studio, and owning the studio, it was so funny that I never got to use the studio to do what I wanted to do. So having this opportunity to have it here, and for me now, and shut the actual public portion of it down, I just wanted to kind of almost like improvisationally write and do it very selfishly was the initial concept. It wasn't even so much about releasing it or selling anything. It was that I just wanted to be able to, like, within 24 hours from when I wrote it, I wanted to put it up. And Bandcamp was the perfect place to do that. And I didn't want to spend like 3 weeks on a snare sound or, all the reverb on this. I just wanted to keep sharpening the tools as a writer, and move on and keep going forward and because that's the way you get better,
Right.
I think. Or at least that's the way I get better. And it's just become so great because I'm also really interested in that instantaneous, like the fact that I upload something at whatever time and then 15 minutes later, a kid in Japan is going, dude, I dig that track. That's so cool. I mean, that's one of the great things about, I think, the way things did change. And sure enough, like without any real, commercial intent, it's kind of taken on a life of its own. I mean, I can't believe how many people have, been on that site. I mean, I want to say we're on Bandcamp, which is like not Spotify or Apple by any means.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm at like 200,000 spins.
Oh, jeez.
And it's, it's become its own little like subculture, which is amazing.
Well, I think the fact that you have so many different types of tunes on there doesn't hurt it either. Like you'll have a nice mellow cover of Wonderwall, which I love, by the way.
Oh yeah.
And then you'll go back into a shredding tune, and then you got "Fuck You, It's Christmas," right behind it. So, it's like you got a little bit for everybody in there.
It's kind of like I score my own mental illness kind of way I look at it. It's so bipolar, but I mean that's what I think. Even going back to the early Saigon Kick stuff, I mean I think that's what it was about. Was I'm just a music fan. Like I love everything. So whether it's Gojira or Barry Manilow, I mean, I don't care. A good song is a good song. A great musician's a great musician.
You've kind of always been that way, where you just kind of, because like when Water came out, that was way different from the first two records, but it was still really cool. Like that cover of Space Oddity on there is one of my favorite songs.
Oh, thanks, man.
I mean, it's
Thank you.
And then the synthesizers or whatever in the song Water. I mean, back then when that came out, people were probably like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" But it's great. It's great stuff.
Well, thanks, man. I mean, I think the for the same reasons that it probably didn't really, have a massive commercial appeal at the time, it would have been a smarter career move to just kind of redo what had worked on the Lizard or something like that. But because of those chances we took, it kind of has given these things kind of like a secondary life now. So it's like so amazing running into different people, like bringing up Devin Townsend. Like I had no idea he was a Saigon Kick fan, or Corey Taylor, or Chris from Five Finger Death Punch, or hearing all these like positive things about these records of kind of like taking on a life, or Piggy D from Rob Zombie's band. It's just such a cool thing that's happening because I think they're not so stamped into a time, and there's nothing wrong with that either. But I think for me it's been kind of fun because I think the songs have kind of, you could almost release some of them now and it would sound like it was supposed to be here now.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I definitely understand that. I'm gonna have to edit that part because I forgot my train of thought right there.
Dude, I cannot handle this not professional stuff.
All right, maybe I won't edit it then. Not professional. That's all I know. Come on.
Regroup, deep breath. Come on.
Yeah, I know. Let's do this. So you're not going to keep this band a band, I'm assuming, right? The band that you have on tour with you. So what is it always just going to be Jason, or is it going to be Jason and the so-and-sos? I
have no idea what I'm doing.
So you really okay? I know you said you didn't have an idea up until the time that it happens, but I didn't know if that was something like like a long-term plan, like you're going to do another band.
My long-term goal is to make as much music as possible with the best musicians and, almost more importantly, the best people I can be around. Life is just too short for anything else for me. So whatever that shape becomes, whatever feels really good in the moment, whoever, is a positive force to be around, is a great musician and brings stuff to the table, I'm open to all that kind of stuff.
Somebody came to you and wanted you to join their band. Is that something you would entertain, or would it depend on the players?
It would depend on the situation. I mean, I wouldn't be against it. Nothing off the top of my head. I'm not gunning for it would be so amazing if I could just get that gig for Pink or whatever. But I don't even know that, I would. I mean, I wouldn't even know what to think about it until I actually sat down and say,
yeah.
Would that be cool?
It worked out for Nuno with the
Rihanna.
He has not done bad for himself.
Yeah, not at all. Speaking of that, the extreme camp, will there ever be another not Trans-Siberian, super transatlantic record?
Pat and I joke about it all the time. And I just saw those guys on the cruise, actually, so we were all hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we have any intention of doing it. But not in that sense, but I would love to work with Pat again. We've talked about doing, getting together for shows. We even toyed with doing something on the cruise at some point, the reunion of a lifetime. I'm sure there's millions of people around the world that just can't wait to have it's almost as big as the Stones' final tour, I think.
Hey, you don't know, man.
We'll be the super transatlantic reunion.
I don't know, man. I would like it.
Well, that's one. Okay, so we're close.
Yeah.
I'm mildly interested, so.
I'm mildly interested.
It's a lukewarm response. That's not like I'm going to buy a shirt, but that's like if it's a discounted Groupon ticket and it's a decent night and I don't have anything to do.
Exactly. See?
I might catch 2 songs.
Jason, you know me. So, we actually have the entire SDA album on our little on our online radio station as well. The entire thing. And I'll tell you more about that at a later time. But you got anything else there, tough guy?
Me?
No, the other tough guy over here.
You want me to interview you guys?
All right, go right ahead, Jason.
What do you got?
I do apologize for the unprofessionalism of my questions for this day.
I just want to make sure, because I'm a world-class sarcastic athlete, and I want to make sure you do realize.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm totally joking.
Absolutely.
Okay, because that's one of those famous things that happens. I can't believe he called me unprofessional.
Oh God.
Oh God. Yeah. No.
If you ever hear the show, you'll be like, yeah, they know they're unprofessional.
Oh yeah. You should hear the stuff we call each other.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
No.
I can create hate on the drop of a dime, gentlemen. You don't understand.
All right. All I know is we're gonna have to brush up on our sarcasm before October 18th.
Yes. I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be a great weekend. I'm actually doing a guitar clinic the day before at Replay Guitar Exchange.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's gonna be. I'm looking forward to that too. So
yeah, I'll have to write that one down. Maybe we could stalk you there too, or see you there too.
Hey, bring it on.
All right, Jason. Like I said, I do apologize for the I was very
unprepared. You apologize again. This is getting unprofessional.
Oh no, I know. That's me. I'm knocking into the mic right here, left and right. It's just been a very, very bad week, and this came at a very bad time.
I think you might be drunk.
You think so? Maybe it'd be better. Maybe this would go a lot better for me. But anyway, Jason, I appreciate you taking the time out.
I appreciate you guys taking the time to talk, and again, thanks for all the support and kind words and stuff like that. All joking aside, it means a lot and it's awesome, and I appreciate it. So.
No problem, man. We love you.
Bastards. Unprofessional people.
That's right.
Can't say enough positive things about it.
Now you have to write a new Al Stretching tune called Unprofessional Bastards.
Exactly. by Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Hey, we'll take
there
it.
you go. All right, Jay, I appreciate you, and we'll talk to you soon, all right?
All right, guys. Thanks very much.
You know, I really love Jason, but I'm so sad and mad at myself, really, that it just went not as bad as it did, but just not as good as it could have been, that interview.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I think we both were kind of a little uneasy when you brought up the whole Saigon Kick situation.
You have to, though.
Yeah, and he knows that, and we know that, and you know, anybody who's listening to this probably is curious about the same thing. But it's almost like when, like, maybe your brother or your sister, like some of your siblings are fighting with each other, and you don't not love one more than the other, and you just want them to get along because they're family.
Yeah.
And that's almost how it kind of feels with the whole Saigon Kick thing. Like, you would love for them to just get along again and, hell, just do another record. But we all know that that's probably not going to happen. But I don't know. It's just weird. Kind of like when you see, you know, Ray and Rob and everybody still talk with Tommy, you know, even though Tommy hasn't been in the band for a long time.
Spread Eagle.
Spread Eagle, right.
Yeah.
But they're all still like buddies, you know, they still talk and everything is still cool.
We assume they still talk.
Well, yeah, if Ray's calling.
We don't know if Ray's called yet on that Sunday.
We'll find out.
We'll find out eventually.
But yeah, you know, I think that's what it is. And it really is a bummer that it's gotten to this point where, because if I remember reading correctly, Phil was even talking about making some sort of documentary or a movie or a film.
I was looking for the post that Phil made, but I don't see it. So maybe he took it down. But he was like, I'm going to let it all come out. I'm going to say, you know, he was just, for those of you that don't know, Phil Varone, original drummer of Saigon Kick, had posted some stuff on Facebook. And it was basically him saying, okay, he's done with touring and he's done with everything, but he's going to write. And what he's going to write about is crazy, crazy stuff that happened in the band. And he's going to let all of the badness come out. He's going to let everybody know who was who and who was a backstabber and who was this and who was that. And, I mean, it was just a crazy, crazy, nutty post. And then, like, a month later, Matt Kramer, the singer from Saigon Kick originally, he did pretty much the same thing. Well, actually, no, this was like 4 days ago that he did his.
Well, yeah, but Phil's was more recent than a month ago.
Was it?
Yeah, it was, because even Tom, who was the original bass player, he had chimed in a couple of times.
Mm-hmm. He chimes in on everything.
Well, he does.
Love you, Tom. But yeah, no. So okay. So yeah, maybe it was like a week or two then.
Yeah. Like I said, it kind of pains you a little bit.
It does, because you want all of them. You want the originals back together. Right. You know. It's exactly like that. But I
don't know. It's kind of like, I mean, if you grew up in Florida, you always rooted for the bands that were in Florida. You're like, yeah, I want these guys to make it. I want them to, you know, fuck LA. They're not the only place that has great music. Blah, blah, blah. So you rooted for bands like that. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it was almost like your kids in your neighborhood that you'd go out riding your bikes with, you know. And once you get older, you talk every now and then. I don't know. It's just weird. It's like, you know, the Saigon Kick guys were like the kids in your neighborhood that you went and rode bikes with.
Except they were the cooler ones that had better bikes and stuff like that.
And much better hair. All had talent, you know, that kind of stuff.
Right. But I mean, you know, it's like I posted on one of their things. It's like, you know, they've all been, and like I said to Jason a little bit ago, you know, all of them's been cool to me. All 4 of them, 5 of them, with you know,
including
with Chris, right? Yeah. Chris McLernan. You know, they've all been really cool, and you know, I got nothing bad to say about any of them, but it just sucks that shit happened, and you know, we're never going to know the truth. Do we deserve to know the truth? Not really, because it's, you know, it's their band, it's what that happens there, and you know, we're never really going to know the truth of it,
and that's fine. Any one of them could have an opinion based on the facts that they're aware of. Mm-hmm. You know, so everything could be skewed.
Yeah.
So who knows?
But anyway,
in the meanwhile,
I just knew I had to kind of bring it up and see what he said.
Yeah, you just don't want Jason going, "You fucking bastard."
Mm-hmm.
I know you're sitting at table 6 at my Tampa show. I'm gonna throw stuff at you.
I'll get you kicked out. You'll be followed home. But anyway, well, that being said, I would like to introduce you to one of the Bandcamp tunes from Jason.
Oh,
this one, I don't know. What do you think? Do you want to do a remake of One Step Closer from the Water album? Or a new one called Weaponize Your Sex?
I don't think One Step Closer was on Water, was it?
Was it? I don't know.
Was it?
Yeah, it was too. Oh, come on. You're going to make me go type and typey?
No.
Nope, I'm going to go typey right now.
No.
One step.
What I do know
Yes.
is that it's too early in the year to play Fuck You, It's Christmas.
This is true.
But we will bring that out in December.
Yes, because that is an awesome tune, let's be honest. He still plays that in March and stuff like that too. So.
Oh yeah, because he did it on the. Didn't he do a little snippet of it on the boat?
I believe
during his set. Yeah,
I believe.
Hopefully, we'll get to see that in Ybor in October because that
be
will be
awesome.
close enough.
That will be.
That's close enough.
Yep.
I mean, hell, they start selling Christmas shit in August.
This is true. I think Hobby Lobby has it out now. Anyway, but yes, that was on the Water album, One Step Closer.
Okay.
But
To the setting sun.
since this one is a little bit shorter, let's play "Weaponize Your Sex" because it's a new tune as well. So
it sounds dangerous,
doesn't it though? Ooh. "Weaponize Your Sex" by Jason Bieler.
It could take a little till I get my stride. Sure, I like the hate, but I've been denied. Give me just a little, we can get so high. So sweet that you can make your blood is like fire. And now you weaponize your sex. You weaponize your sex. Oh, you weaponize your sex. You weaponize your sex. I wish that I could treat it good as like you. It's like it might take a minute for the stars to align. So I know when I touch it, I just die inside. So even I can feel it running down my spine. You weaponize your sex. You weaponize your sex. Oh, you weaponize your sex. You weaponize your sex. Lost control and blamed it all on synchronicity. You can turn me in but never down. You weaponize your sex. You weaponize your sex. Oh, you weaponize your sex. You weaponize your sex. Now I hope they make a movie and they get it right. Brad Pitt and Angelina, man, are they still tight? You master the dynamics, but the beat ain't right. Total dynamics make it beat to life. You weaponize your sex. You weaponize your sex. Oh, you weaponize your sex. You weaponize your sex. You weaponize your sex. You weaponize your sex. Oh, you weaponize your sex. You weaponize your sex.
Tell me all that at the very end there. You couldn't have just put, "Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you're so fine." That's all I could hear when he's doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, Mickey,
a
you're so
lot of pick sliding.
yeah,
there.
that's all I could hear is Mickey. Sad, huh?
You're weird.
I know. Well, something that we started last week or week before? I don't even remember.
We didn't do a show last week.
We didn't do a lot. That's right. So the week
it was 2
before,
weeks ago.
we introduced you to
Electric Revolution.
I can't remember anything anymore. Sorry, Billy. Billy's a drummer of Electric Revolution.
He's got no change in his pocket.
because he's got a hole in his pocket.
I still love that lyric, man.
That is funny.
I'll be walking around work singing that to myself.
Yes. Go check out Electric
I got a hole
Revolution.
in my shoe and no change in my pocket.
Because there's a hole in my pocket, too.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
That is great.
I love it, man.
So we're doing like an unsigned band type of thing, and last show we did Electric Revolution. This week we're going to focus on a band called Voodoo 13. Now, these guys, we kind of know one of them indirectly, I guess, right? Indirectly,
we know him.
We've chatted with him here and there.
I've talked to him on the phone.
Oh, did you really?
Oh yeah, a couple times.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The singer of this band is who we're talking about. He just goes by Blevins here in the band, apparently.
Okay.
Just Blevins. Chris Blevins is his name. He has a show on one of the other...
Rock Rage Radio.
He has a show out there, and he decided that he's going to put together a band, and I figured, why not? He's an unsigned band. I'll bite at his music. I'll see what it's like. Independent. He says this is his about on Facebook. It says, "We have found something special here, and with this release, we prove that rock and roll is alive and breathing and on its way back to the forefront of the music industry once again." That's it. So it really says nothing about the band itself, what type, what kind of comparisons they can make. It does, however, say who they like, which doesn't really mean anything. However, they do like themselves, apparently. Because it's
doesn't?
No, because let me explain why. Under interests, it says artists we also like, and then they have the list, and the list is Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, good start, right?
The basics, yeah.
Motorhead,
Okay.
Black Sabbath, more of the basics. Junkyard, love them. Kiss, Faster Pussycat, Motley Crue, LA Guns, Candlebox.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with Candlebox. Not a band that I would put with them with the prior list. Rival Sons, same thing.
Have you ever looked at my list of musical influences?
But that doesn't mean that. When you say musical influences for the music you're making is a different thing.
I don't know.
But I just don't see Candlebox fitting in kind of with the rest of the bands. It's just me. Rival Sons, and then V13, which is them. So they like themselves and put themselves in with the list.
Yes.
And many, many more, it says. Personal interest, however, is sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Oh,
so
that goes without saying.
So I have heard this song once before. You have not heard this song.
I've heard a snippet.
That's
was
it?
Just it, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to play this song. It's called "So Come On," and
so come on, play
So
it.
come on. All right. Yeah, this is "So Come On" by Voodoo 13.
She was bred serpentine in a rising race ghost. She can win the hearts of men and turn
Okay, so two things I would like to mention about this. Number one, I didn't realize that Blevins was the singer when I first heard this. He's not bad at all. I wouldn't think that he sings like this from hearing his show. To me, I don't know. I hearing this, I wouldn't think that it's the same guy.
Well, it shouldn't be too much
And that's
of a
good.
stretch because we just talked about Ozzy Osbourne and he doesn't
That's a good
speak and sing the same way either.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. But I was like, oh, really? Awesome. Good for you, man.
Well,
and the second thing that I noticed, which I know you're gonna say right off the bat too, very 60s.
I was going to say Dick Dale, surf rock.
Yes,
It's
I can see that as well.
It's very Dick Dale surf rock. Like even the guitar solos got that 60s surf rock kind of feel to it.
Right.
I will give them props on writing a song that the first time you hear it, you can sing along with it.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, it's very simple.
Right.
And everybody, if you're seeing them perform live, it would be very easy to come on. Yeah. See?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah,
So, I mean, that's very smart.
But the one thing I will say is the guitar solo towards the end. It's got to come out more. It was like buried.
In production wise, you mean?
It seemed like it was buried, and the drum and bass line that went over at the same time.
Yeah.
They needed. I think, of course, it's not my song. I've never written a song before in my life, but well, actually, I have. But we're not going to talk about that. It was called Florida, My Florida.
I remember.
You remember that one? Yeah.
Oh, God. Yes, I do.
Yeah, we'll get into that one later.
I'm going to vomit.
But yeah, I mean, to me, it just seems like that the rhythm section at that point would do something else to lower themselves or something like that to let the guitar shine a little bit more.
Well, I mean, you can do that.
You can do that, yeah, but it's just like
I'm
it's
guessing
the same
that
thing
they
over and over.
probably did it themselves with either
yeah,
Pro
yeah.
Tools or Mixcraft or whatever
One of those
program
things.
you use.
Yeah.
I mean, when TIE Fighter recorded their songs, we did it all right here.
Mm-hmm.
We did everything here. I mean, we we set up a vocal booth in my walk-in closet in my bedroom.
Did you?
Yeah, because all of my clothes in there kind of deadened.
Muffled
the
it, yeah.
It kind of worked.
Yeah, that's
But,
cool.
yeah, it just depends. A lot of that, when you're using your own software at home, it depends on what you're listening back to it on, how familiar you are with the software, and how much time you really want to spend.
Put into it, yeah.
Man,
yeah.
I tell you what, there was a couple of songs where we were just at it for hours because we couldn't get it to where we were all like, yes, that's it. It's tough.
I hear you.
It's tough. It's like being married to 3 different people because everybody's got to get along.
I don't know, man. I got to tell you, when I did my song, it came out right the first time.
Oh, I bet. On that single cassette, old school, push play and record at the same time.
Yep, that's
button.
the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
But yeah.
Alrighty, well,
good job, Blevins and V13.
V13
From Ohio.
Ohio, and where else to say? Well, I just said Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay. So yeah, Facebook V13 official is if you want to check them out a little bit more, you can do that there. Good job, Blevins. Good job. And I gave them a little crap for their logo.
Oh yeah, yeah, I saw that. Kind of funny, It's just
a little poking fun. Yeah, no,
jokes.
that's all it is.
All jokes.
Yeah, their logo. All it needs is a cross behind them and some intricate little pinstriping, and then they got you got the Appetite for Destruction album.
Yeah, it's kind of the little skull guys.
Yeah. Little thievery, but it's all right. I'll allow it.
Okay. Hell.
So, all right. So again, good job, Blevins. And unfortunately, that's the end of the show for today.
Not quite.
Did you hear that? All of a sudden, I turned I turned New York.
Yeah.
It's the end of the show for today. Just out of nowhere. I don't know where that comes from. Anyway,
been talking way too much.
Yeah. Bye. So, I'd like to thank Jason and apologize to Jason at the same time for the interview today. And Mr. Jason Bieler, and you can go check him out and in all of the places that he's playing that I don't have in front of me. I deleted it apparently.
Yeah. Well, if you're
But
in the
he's all
Tampa
over the
market,
place.
I think it's August 18th he's in Tampa.
Yeah, it's October 18th.
Oh, October 18th. My
at
bad.
the Attic in Ybor City, and then there's a date right after that. That's down
the
south.
Funky
and-
Biscuit.
At the Funky Biscuit.
Yeah.
So, go see Jason there, and tell him you heard it. You tell him you heard it.
Tell him you heard it here.
Tell him you heard it here on the show, and that we were horrible interviewers, and he'll agree with you and maybe give you a cookie or something. I don't know.
Yes. So let's take our unprofessional asses out of here.
Exactly. Next week on the show, we will probably have another member of Saigon Kick.
What?
How does that happen?
That's weird.
2 members of the same band, 2 different weeks. How does that happen?
Well, we may have Tommy Gallo too.
Yeah, we can do that. That's fine. See how Tommy's been.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let you know who the member is, who the second member is of Saigon.
Member.
I said member of Saigon Kick.
This turned into Penthouse Forum.
Jesus.
A second member entered the room.
All right, listen, we're done. I'm done. I'm done with this show. Forget it. I'm done. Play the song. Let's leave.
All right, we're gonna play a song by a band called the Defiants.
Who's the Defiants?
Paul Lane.
I don't know him.
He sang for Danger at one point.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Bruno Ravel.
Oh, from Danger as
Yes.
well. I see.
So this is a 3-piece band, although I'm not really sure who plays drums for them.
Maybe
So-
the drummer from Danger.
Well, Steve West would make sense, but I don't think that he's a part of it. I don't know.
Alrighty, who cares?
I don't know.
Who
I'm
cares?
gonna
Just
play
check
it.
out the song and then
This is their
we'll go from there.
new song from their new album that will be coming out soon. I don't have an exact date.
You
but
never have
you
an
got
exact
Google. Anyway, this song
Google
is
that
called
bitch.
Fallen for You.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, never.
See ya.
See ya.
I wasn't looking for somebody to love me. I wasn't waiting for a second chance. You know I never really been that lucky. I've given up trying to understand. You were getting over some old heartbreak. You
Bye.